Well, good evening, everyone, and happy Monday. This is Sharon Rankin and Nancy Jakovac zooming in from Amelia Island, Florida. We came down here Saturday from our conference in Charlotte, and we are excited to be sharing with you this evening. Every week when we come together as a team, it is really to remind us of our mission, which is inspiring healthy living around the world. And boy, have we had our cups filled up this last week when we were at the conference in Charlotte. It's called Juice Plus Live. It was our fall conference. We do one every fall for the greater Juice Plus family, and people came from really all over the world. There was French translation in Spanish and other languages. And so you truly feel like you know that you're a part of a global company that is expanding. So our mission tonight as the Mission Possible team is for those of us who were there, not everybody's going to be able to share, is to share some highlights from our experience there. And it's really, as much as high energy as it was, and as much as we want to share, it's really challenging to bring all those highlights and nuggets to you. So let me just say, mark your calendars for September. I think it's 12 through 14, 2024 for Phoenix, Arizona, when there'll be the next fall conference, and we'll talk more about that as we go along. So one of the things I'm truly grateful for after nearly 40 years with this company is that our company that is about inspiring healthy mission is also one that keeps getting better. We keep growing, we keep getting better, we keep expanding our mission of inspiring healthy living. And the theme was live the mission. The theme for this conference was live the mission. And I would say it's never been a better time to literally live the mission, each of us individually and as a team. It's never been a better time to live this mission when we consider, and we're going to talk about this tonight, the U.S. Performance Center and the impact and the partnership that they have now with the Juice Plus Company. Also, the Healthy Starts for Families. Who does that? Who starts a child at 4 years old and goes all the way to 25 and allows that person to have Juice Plus for free within a sponsoring adult? And then some of you have already taken advantage of the 90-day, the 30-year challenge, or the 30-year celebration with the 90-day challenge, where anybody new starting September, October, November, and December, any new partners can come in for $22 versus $52. That's $30 off the application fee. And then with every new order, they receive, or with the first initial order, they receive about $90 worth of free product. Another good reason to be living the mission is anyone new partner that we start right now. If you have somebody that you've been wanting to talk to, any new partner that you start right now, in their first 30 days, if they add 6 Shred 10 orders, that would be the quad essentials and a complete order, they could achieve that QSC, qualifying sales coordinator, get over $1,000 for the new partner, and then the sponsor also get $500. So if you know somebody that needs some extra Christmas money, I'd say right now would be a way, and money moving into the fall, right now would be a super excellent time to be living the mission full out. And I know that we all intend to do that. So I'm going to kick this call off and sharing with Cheryl Shapetto. I think the Juice Plus Performance Center announcement and the partnership that we now have with the Juice Plus Company is got people so excited that they've been posting all day on Facebook. So Cheryl, come in. I know you're excited about it as a fitness instructor.
I'm very excited about it.
Come share. Okay.
So if you Google the U.S. Performance Center, you're going to learn that it's a 10,000 square foot performance facility located in Charlotte, North Carolina. And it's dedicated to research-based athletic development, injury prevention, and overall health and wellness. And their training is designed to improve the skills and performance of athletes participating at a high or elite level, including the Olympics. So Dave Corner is the co-founder and owner, and he was on stage with National Marketing Director Tony Branner, and they were sharing how Juice Plus is developing a partnership. I think that's so awesome, with the U.S. Performance Center. So what does that mean? All of the athletes training at this facility, including our Olympic athletes, will be eating what they call the Juice Plus performance protocol. Currently, the protocol is the functional plant powders of fruit, veggie, and berry capsules. It's my understanding that the complete and the perform shakes are available for them, but not yet part of the protocol. So what they shared was soon the Omega and the complete will be added to the protocol, which is super exciting. David explained that the athletes at this facility, many of which are entire teams that train there. And, you know, if you have any high school level students, you know that they no longer have an off season. And so what this means is that oxidative stress is accumulating in their bodies. Oxidative stress is damaging. So we know, and the US Performance Center knows that through the research that Juice Plus helps to reduce oxidative stress. It supports a healthy immune system. It lessens inflammation. So, and then if you lessen inflammation, you're shortening the recovery times. So you're going to have a better performing athlete overall. In Paris and Italy, the Olympics are in the next lineup in Paris and Italy. And when the participants, when you're in the Olympics and you're not from that country, you're allowed to bring about 200 or 300 athletes. But in 2028, we learned that the Olympics are going to be in Los Angeles. Maybe some of you know that already. I did not. So all the qualified athletes from our country are going to be allowed to train and attend the Olympics, which means that around 600 athletes will be consuming Juice Plus on a daily basis if they're training at this Olympic Center. So great exposure for us in the field. So I'm going to give you a couple one-liners and I'll type them in while other people are presenting, but a couple of things that were said during this presentation. Juice Plus is the competitive advantage that easily fits into your daily routine. Number two, better performance on any level gives an advantage. So think about pregnancy, think about, you know, things of that nature. Fortify yourself every day with fortified every day with fruits and vegetables. You can optimize the physiology of your body. Juice Plus is a nutritional seatbelt for us, which I really liked. They did show us an awesome new video, but that video is not available yet on the hub, so keep an eye out for that. So I'm going to turn it over to Sandy. Thanks.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Yes, it was phenomenal. I personally, in 27 years, have only missed 2 conferences, and that was right after the birth of each of my kids. So it's been over 20 years since that happened. This by far was different. It was awesome, phenomenal, and don't miss the next one. So I'm going to share a little bit of research that came out during Dr. David Phillips' presentation, which was, again, just incredible on Saturday morning when people could bring guests in for free. He gave this amazing talk, but he shared some results from research that has been done for several years now, but has not really been publicized. And it has officially been published in the Journal of Clinical Medicine. And this was a joint study done by University of Milan and University of Colorado at Anschutz Center. And it was statistical analysis of looking at our research and cardiovascular events and heart disease. And I'm going to, if I can share my screen, we'll see if I could pull up a picture here. This one showed what the reality is. The reality is that there are almost 1 million deaths a year from cardiovascular disease. Isn't that crazy? And coronary heart disease specifically is about 1/3 of that. And the cost related to that, direct and indirect, is over $407.3 billion. $billion. That's just absolutely crazy to me. And what they found, sorry, okay, we're going backwards. I'm going to stop share here for a second. What they found was that they were doing the study was going to be originally researched on all fruit and vegetable concentrates. So they were going to look for other fruit and vegetable concentrates to also do comparisons with. They couldn't find any with any data to use. So Juice Plus, even though the study itself says fruit and vegetable concentrates, Juice Plus is the only concentrate used in this study.
Wow.
So that's saying something, right? So the other result slide of that, let me see if I can get this properly shared since these are just photos. There we go. Is that on cardiovascular events, the median estimated cardiovascular event reduction projected to 2025, that's why I'm saying this was done several years ago, achieved by the supplementation, 62,410,000 event reduction. Isn't that crazy? And the cost reduction of that, you can see down there, is $109.7 billion. So these are unbelievable numbers. And we can be a part of that. We can share this information now. You can take these pictures if you want. I'll send them to you. But it is incredible to be able to share this with people. In fact, I have a cardiologist I might share it with. He might not like it. So I will stop there.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you. I mean, when you hear about the Performance Center partnership and then the information that Shandy shared, and that was only a snippet that was shared from the stage in research on Saturday morning, that I think we move from an opportunity to a responsibility. Would you all agree that when you know this, we have responsibility to share this with as many people as possible for really prevention and performance? So I'm is highlighted that really that product really highlights us and sets us apart from any other company out there, but also does our leaders and our trainers. I'm going to move over to Deanne Broderson, who is talking about some of the learning labs and what we learned there as well. Welcome, Deanne.
Thanks, Sharon. So the previous conference, they added these learning labs, and it was about half a day. And this time on Thursday, they offered pretty much a full day of learning labs that you could go to. So my word to you is, if you are going to go to conference next September, plan on making that a part of it, because I found those to be so rich in education. It was like going to Juice Plus University. They were so good. I went to several. I'm not going to cover all the details about the social selling one. I think somebody else is going to cover that. But you know, when you go to conference, you always have an aha moment. And I wanted to share the aha moment I had in the social selling one presented by Kristen Boss, I believe. She is not a part of Juice Plus. She is a consultant who helps people in the network marketing area get better with their social media presence. So I'm going to share the slide that caught my attention. I did find that I had it. So she was talking about welcome to your brain. And if you can see that little subtitle there, why can't I just do the things I say I'm going to do? And I think all of us on this call have felt the excitement, the passion. I love this product. I want to share it. This is an awesome business. It gives so many options to people. I'm going to go out there and share it. And then we don't do that. And so she was talking about the psychology of why that is. And she was talking about the front part of our brain opposed to the rear part of our brain and the way that we think. We've all heard of fight, flight, and freeze, but when we're in that part of our brain, in the rear of our brain, we get into confusion, overwhelm, doubt, fear, despair, analysis paralysis. Raise your hand if you've ever been in that area, right? Yes. But where we want to be, and which will help us do the things we say we're going to be, is in that frontal lobe where we're curious, we're strategic, we're focused, we're problem solving, we're creating. And she went through various things in our business. But one thing she said was a word picture that I thought was so fantastic. So when you're in the rear lobe of your brain and you're in this fight, flight, freeze, it's like you're being chased by a bear. You are in survival mode. You are running. And then in the middle of you running from the bear, somebody hands you a Rubik's Cube. And are you going to stop and take time to deal with the Rubik's Cube and solve that problem? Or are you going to keep running? And so I realized, just a personal thing for me, many of you know I've been in like doing a lot of caregiving in the last 5-6 years of my life. And so I've been being chased by the bear. I've been in a survival mode. And although I am passionate about Juice Plus, I believe everyone on the planet should be on it. I love it. I think others should be on it. I think it's an awesome business, all of that kind of stuff. In the midst of my struggles, it's like somebody handing me a Rubik's Cube. And so give yourself some grace if you've had struggles. There were a lot of people at this conference that were very transparent about their struggles, and realize we can start thinking from our frontal lobe, and that will help us. So thank you. And Sharon, I'll let you pass it on to
All
someone.
right. Thank you, Deanne. That's an education. That's worth the price of conference right there, just to learn those pieces. I'll move over to Paula Fontenelle.
Thanks, Sharon. So before, I am going to be talking about social selling, expanding a little bit more on Kristen Boss. But before I do that, I want to share something from Kurt Beavers. Many of you know who he is. He closed out the conference. He said, as partners, this is going to be an example of this front brain, rear brain kind of thing. We can see the beach. We love the beach. We want the life of the beach. We see the lovely vision of what this, business can do for us, what kind of life we can have. But inside our heads, we have a soundtrack playing, and that soundtrack is the theme to the movie Jaws. Da, da, da. And it's working on our mind, so we don't actually get to experience the beach because we have these things going on in our mind, and we usually need some outside help with getting our mindset correct. And so Kristen Boss was helpful in that, but we also have lots of trainings and mentors and books and podcasts, and many of them from our upline don't have to cost money. So we have access to that, and it's so key to our progress. He also said that people need this business as much as they need the product. He said, you can count the seeds in an apple, but only God knows the apples that can grow from a single seed. Go out and plant some seeds and consider leading with the business. So go out and look for leaders. If they say no, you're still could get a customer. But if you go out only looking for customers, you're only going to get customers. So it takes some skills to learn how to do this. But I think if you want that like I do, we can develop those. So on to Kristen Boss. She is an online social selling expert. Like Deanne said, I've plugged into some of her trainings personally, and I have found a lot of value from her. Her advice is just really practical, and I find it easy to follow. So she is talking about how to show up in social media space in effective ways to earn customers and partners. So lead generation is the #1 most overlooked income producing activity in network marketing today. Keeping your pipeline full of people to talk to. If we have no leads, we have no sales, right? And when we consistently do activities for lead generation, we may not see that fruit for 60 to 90 days, but it's so important to stay consistent, because when we lose momentum, it's hard to get it back. We start that process by deciding who we market to. If we market to everyone, we're going to resonate with no one. So she gave us some great questions to answer to identify who to reach out to, where are they, what do they want, and why do they want it. The who has to come before the how. Here's another front brain, rear brain. When we focus on the who, and we have this target of the people and what they need and why they need it, when we provide value to them on social media, it will feel like service, not sales. And we'll be operating out of our front brain, where we are calm and strategic. But if we focus on the how only, and we're just throwing stuff out there, having no clue what to do, we're operating out of our rear brain, and it's just confusing, and it comes from a scarcity mindset. She talked about the process of attract, nurture, and then sell. We use social content to attract people, and our content must address their struggles, their desires, the pain that they have. So asking questions and sharing value-driven content and education is just so helpful. It's what they're looking for. When we start placing content out there for them, they start out as a closed observer, but then over time they move to a curious follower. This is where your content strategy, consistent content strategy, I might add, is just really super important. Attraction can also look like following, liking, or commenting on others' posts. Many times, attraction to look at you comes after you look at others first. So that's an important part of attraction. Then we nurture them. We start personally connecting with them. They become an engaged follower when they feel like they're safe with us and that they have some trust built in us. They may start asking some questions of us. This could take a few months. They then become interested consumers when they participate in challenges. They're actually looking for your content. You know, what is she having to say today? They're getting value from you. This then leads to them buying or joining you as you continue to connect with them. And if we're not having conversions at that point, it's usually a sign that we need to go back and make more personal connections with them. And then with great customer care, they become a happy customer and eventually a super fan because they want to start sharing it with others. So I'll sum this up by saying we must engage in a way that they see us. We place content out there in a way that they're attracted to us and follow us. We connect with them in a way that they trust us. We show consistency in a way that leads them to a purchase or partnership. And then it's just wash, rinse, repeat. So there's lots of slides and detail about this. So if it really resonates with you, I just encourage you to follow Kristen Boss on social media. She's amazing.
Thank you, Paula. That's a training all by itself right there that you gave us in about 5 minutes. So thank you so much. I just really appreciate it. We're going to move real quickly to Ann Isom, who's going to share a little bit from the wrap up that we had on Saturday.
Okay, I'll make this very quickly. Laura LaHave did the wrap up, her and Jeff Roberti, and it was fantastic. But she just helped everybody see the vision that we can cover our living expenses with our Juice Plus business. And what would $200, $500, $1,000 mean to you earning that in your business? And what she had everybody do, and I'm going to tell you, this is your homework, not to do it here, but when you get off the call, get your pencil and a piece of paper and write down your mortgage payment or your rent payment. The next line, write down your car payment and your insurance, total that together. Then next line, food, groceries, you're eating out, your groceries. What do you spend a month on that? And then the last line, utilities, gas, that kind of thing. Write those figures down that are your personal expenses. And then look at that. You know, what do you want to do with your business? Do you want to make your car payment? Do you want to make your house payment? Do you want to cover your groceries? Do you want to cover your utilities? Or do you want to cover it all? So the bottom line is we can do whatever we want to do with this business. And it all boils down to us sharing the business, sharing the product, and talking to lots of people every day. So what do you want out of this? I know what I want out of it. So I'm going to go to work, and I hope you will too.
Thank you, Ann. Thank you very, very much. And what I would say about that, you know, covering all those expenses, our monthly expenses, would be good to do it before something happens in our life. And we heard stories at conference where people had built in a Juice Plus income, and when life changed, then they just didn't miss a beat. Husbands lost jobs, things happened, but they were still able to live their life. So thank you. Ashley Keene, would you come on and share? Ashley is one of our sales coordinators, and what I do love about our business is you can step out for a little bit, but you can come right back in and share. So Ashley was there for the first time in a little while, and I know you had a renewed vision. Welcome, Ashley.
Hey, thank you, Sharon. Yes, so I've been with the business for 5 years now, and I disconnected is what I did. And that's something that is very extremely important, is to keep connection. And this conference showed that to me again, even though I've always known it because I'm under Ann Isom and she never gave up on me one time. But one thing that they talked about in conference and all conferences and on every call with Nancy or Ron or Sharon, is just keeping that connection, linking arms with someone. And that was just a refresh for me that I know. And even though I haven't seen all of you in quite a while, years, in fact, it's like I just didn't see you yesterday. You just welcome everybody back, no matter how big or how small you go in this business. Everybody always loves you, no matter what level they're on, no matter how well they're succeeding, or you may feel you're not. We're all doing something. We're all one-minded. And it really, really showed me this time around that I always knew that, don't get me wrong, but it really showed me this time, and it's just what I needed. And it's okay to start over. So yes, Kentucky Lakes is on my calendar and Phoenix is on my calendar. So I can't stress enough to put it on your calendar, because I let work, or I'm too busy, or just, like I say, just disconnect, get the best of me. So I thank you all. There was so much good information, and yep. So
Thank you, Ashley. It thrilled our hearts to see you, because you are so fun to be with. It thrilled our hearts to give you a hug and see you. And I've heard it said the greatest enemy of our business is isolation, and the connections. I can't even begin to tell you how powerful the connections are, for sure. So we're going to close with Nancy, my partner here. One of the talks we had was on generations. the X, the millennials, the baby boomers. We laughed our heads off as we learned about each of our generations and how to better. I think I came away with some tools that work with my grandchildren and with other people, but also we came away with some tools to understand about our business. So welcome, Nancy.
Thank you. I'm going to make this very quick, but the trainer's name was Jason Dorsey. If you want to Google him and visit his website, I know you'll get lots of good information. Not going to give you all of the details on the differences between the generations. I'm just going to focus on the similarities, because Jason started his presentation by telling us what everyone wants from a business such as this, no matter their generation. Number one, everyone wants to feel valued. Now, we just heard from Ashley how valued she felt after being distanced for some time. And so we know that we have a business that is going to help people feel valued. People want to feel challenged. I think all of you will admit that there are definitely challenges here. It's challenging to be able to tell our Juice Plus story and have it accepted far and wide, but we all face those challenges and work on them every day. People want to feel included. I think you'll all agree that there is not a more inclusive community than the Juice Plus community. And so as you're bringing those new partners on board, make sure that you get them connected to as many people as possible so that they feel that beauty of inclusion. People want to see progress in their business, and it's important that we help them see progress quickly by linking arms with our new partners, not just sending them out there to do this on their own. In fact, the old training that Jim Rohn always used was that Jesus didn't say, go do something. He said, follow me, follow me. And that's what we want our partners to do. They want to see progress, but we need to do some regular recognition and encouragement and celebration. Celebrate the small steps. People might say to you, well, my goal is sales coordinator. That's fine. But there are a lot of small little steps along the way that we can help them celebrate and keep them excited. And then, of course, people need to feel that what they're doing has a purpose and it's not just the income. And I don't think there's anything more powerful than the Juice Plus mission and the purpose that we have in spreading the word of better nutrition and healthier lifestyles and wealthier lifestyles. So keep in mind, it's not just the money, but that's part of it. I don't think any of us would be doing it if there wasn't reward for doing good. Okay, that's all I have, Sharon.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, everybody, for sharing. So I just want to remind you, thank you, everybody, for bringing the energy, the fire, the information. There was so much. So stay tuned. We'll share more as we go along. That tomorrow is close of October. close of October. If you've got a brand new partner, listen, if you have a brand new partner, they need to make sure that they placed an order by close of business tomorrow so that they get the double sales profit. And that is cute. That does end tomorrow, double sales profit. So definitely reach out to anybody. If you've got somebody you want to talk to, it's not too late to sign up a new partner. We have until the end of December to take advantage of the 30-year celebration with a $30 off, $22 application fee. New order gets $90. And if somebody needs to make $1,000 right away, we got a plan. We can show you exactly how to do it. Next Monday, take this down, the Explore the Possibilities, our opportunity, business product and business opportunity. We will be sharing that. That would be a powerful time to invite as many people as possible to be on our call next Monday night. Prospects, guests, people that's on your dream team, people you like, admire, respect, you would love to link arms with. I want to give a hats out. There's been 53, 55 people on our call tonight. Hats off, Mission Possible, for a job well done and inviting people to come. And thank you everybody for being here. It's 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Go to bed, everybody. We love you all. Good night. Have a great week.
Thank you. Good night.
Thanks,
Good
everybody.
night.
Thank
Oh,
you. Great
yeah.
call.
Good.